Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know my name is Glenn Olofsson, and I have the privilege of leading our Church Governance Board here at Kings Baptist Church as the chair. Hopefully most of you will have received an email during the week or picked up from the front of the church on the way in a copy of the profile for Nathan Oliver. As a church board and on the recommendation of the pastoral search team, we would like to bring Nathan to the membership for consideration. But before I go on, I would like to take a little bit of time to just acknowledge and thank a number of people that have helped us get to this point. Firstly, to the pastoral search team, who have diligently worked through the search process. They've left no stone unturned or question unanswered in assessing Nathan and his fit for our community. After being elected by you, the congregation, to take on this responsibility, I believe that they've done a commendable job. And even now, how they continue to go on with that task. To Melinda Cousins, yes, please. To Melinda Cousins, who is the moderator of our search process, for so ably guiding the team through the process and playing an integral part in bringing Nathan's name forward. Hopefully you would have noticed at the bottom of the profile, there's an endorsement by Melinda of the search team and the process. So please thank Melinda, and we'll be passing that on as well. To Nathan and his family, which you can see up behind me, for having the courage to submit themselves to the process, knowing what a big change that this will mean for them. And shortly, we're going to play a video message from Nathan and his family. And finally, to all of you who have upheld both the process and all of the people involved in prayer and support. As a board, we actually had the privilege to have dinner with Nathan a little over a week ago when he came over for a face-to-face interview. I think the borders opened on the Tuesday and he was here on the Wednesday, so it was an incredible timing or opportunity. So the purpose of that gathering was not to redo the hours of in-depth interview that the search team had put him through already, but to put a face to a name, to get a sense of Nathan's character and demeanour, and to hear his heart and passion for making such a big move. It is fair to say that there was unanimous endorsement from the board members after that brief meeting, and it was probably best summed up by one of our board members afterwards who just made the comment, "I feel at peace." We have subsequently spent time with the search team as a board, once again going through the process that we've been through, and our reflections on that were that the process has been considered and not rushed, that the voices of you, the community, have been listened to, and finally that it was filled with prayer and discernment. So it is with complete confidence that the board is happy to accept the recommendation of the search team, and which we add our own endorsement, which is that Nathan Oliver be considered by the members of Kings Baptist Church for the role of lead pastor. After today's service, we, the board, and if you don't know who that is, there's Darren McDonald, who's over here, Tamar, Jody, Russell, Ely, unfortunately couldn't be here today, Dan Bartell, I can't see if Dan's here, Kerry, Stanley, and myself. If you've got any questions, please come forward to us, ask those questions. You can email myself or any of the team, or even go to any of the pastors. If you've got questions, please come to us with those questions and ask those questions, and we'll be happy to answer as we can. What we plan to do is present all of those questions and answers at next week's meeting, and we'll also give you the opportunity, as is our normal custom, to have a voice at that time as well, and then we'll have a ballot of the membership. So can I encourage you all to make a special effort to come next week and be part of that members meeting, because it's a very important moment in the life of this church. So now I'm going to pass it over to Jody for an update.
Not much left to say, really, is there? I don't really have a lot to add to that, but I guess on behalf of the pastoral search team, I just want to say thank you for putting your trust in us for this process. We've certainly, as a team, felt the weight of that responsibility, but during the time I've also felt your prayers and your support and your encouragement, and it's been a privilege to do that to be a part of the team that's done that on behalf of our church community. So thank you. I guess as someone who has spent a significant amount of time with Nathan in Zoom interviews, in person, over coffee, because, you know, we need to make sure that he's got the culture right from the beginning. I guess you are putting a lot of trust in us that we've, done due diligence, and that we've, like Glenn has said, turned over every stone, asked every question that we felt was possible. And I look forward to the opportunity to be able to have him here, and for you all to see what we've seen in Nathan and in his family. You will remember right at the beginning of this process, earlier in the year, we invited you as a church community to take part in a survey, give your feedback about where you felt we were as a church, or we are as a church, and who we're looking for. And I just want to reassure you all that that feedback and that information played a significant part in forming the job description and then forming our questions that we asked Nathan. And at each step, as a team, we were intentional about reflecting back on those questions and that feedback, and making sure that we were moving in the right direction, and that as a team, we were all keen to move to another stage. And what was really encouraging through that process is, as we made a decision together that we wanted to find out more, Nathan and his family reflected back that they were wanting to find out more about us as well. He asked really great questions about our community, which just showed that he was really interested in really finding out about us as a church, and as interested as we were in finding out about him. So there's not really a lot more that I can say about that, except that I'm really excited and feel really privileged to be able to introduce him to you and his family. So we asked them, because they couldn't be here with us, to put a little video together. And so I'll let you watch that. And then afterwards, I've just got a few prayer points that Nathan and his family would like us to consider over the next couple of weeks.
Hello, Kings Baptist Church. My name is Nathan Oliver.
And I'm Amy Oliver.
And I am very excited about the prospect of serving your church in the capacity of senior pastor. We have two beautiful daughters. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Anna, and I am 5, and I go to kinder.
Good girl. That was lovely.
And I'm Evie. I'm in year 3, and I'm 9.
Awesome. Well, thanks for introducing yourself, girls. You can actually go upstairs if you want, while Dad and I keep having a chat.
Yeah, and so 10 years ago, we planted a church in Melbourne called the Church Next Door, which for us was a fantastic exploration into what it means to be the church. A community of God's people on mission, serving God in the way that we serve other people and tell them about Him. It was just a fantastic time to grow and learn about everything to do with God and His mission in this world. Do you have any reflections from that period in our life?
Yes, it's a really long time, 10 years. So yeah, I have lots of reflections, but I think one thing I really loved about our time at the Church Next Door was just kind of the privilege that it has been to not only journey alongside lots of families and just do life together on mission, but just to also learn how the gospel is good news in their everyday, really mundane, normal situations in life. And just being able to learn that alongside others and just almost kind of see the gospel come to life practically has been really, really beautiful, I think. And I think it's really made the gospel come to life for me. And yeah, I think that would probably be my biggest reflection about being at the church next door, just how practical the gospel has become for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like our faith lived out in the everyday stuff. It's been
Yeah.
great. I would echo all of those things as well. And I would also say that we've sensed God leading us to King's Baptist Church, and He's continually answered prayers to sort of continue leading us. And I actually came and visited King's Baptist, the whole facility. I went around and I saw the school, amazing what's happening there. And I met some really great leaders from the church, and I was so encouraged by that. And everything about what's going on at King's Baptist Church in this season and where you've come from and where you're going, the way that God's leading you, it's all so exciting. And the idea of coming alongside you as a community to love you and to serve you and to lead you into this next season that God is taking you into is so exciting to us and our family. Joining you in that.
Yeah, so I guess we just wanted to say hello and put a face to the name and say thank you for considering our family, and we hope to see you guys really soon. Yeah.
So that is Nathan and his wife, Amy. I know that we're not going to a vote till next week, but Amy emailed me this week and just asked for anyone who feels like praying for them, if you could keep these following things in mind. So they're trying to secure a rental as soon as possible so that they can get over here. And booking a removalist in Victoria at the moment is quite difficult because apparently everybody is migrating from Victoria now that the borders are open. So they're having a little bit of trouble booking a removalist. And they are feeling, particularly Amy, quite anxious about the things that could happen in, tomorrow or in the next few weeks with borders. So, we really want them to be able to be over here in the new year. And anything can happen. And we don't want them to be stuck over there and not able to come here and start with us in the new year. And in particular, they are actually announcing to their church community this morning this opportunity, and they are a really tight-knit community. And when Nathan met with us as a board, he was quite sad at the prospect of them having to leave their church, and so and obviously the kids leaving friends and family. They don't really know a lot of people over here, so this is a big decision for them. And so if we could just keep their family in prayer as they take the next couple of steps. So thank you very much, and I look forward to our members meeting next Sunday.